Greetings, friends. We're here to explore a profound truth that can transform lives. Welcome, fellow seekers, to our digital haven, a sanctuary of profound thought and deep reflection. This is a place where we journey together, venturing deep into the timeless wisdom embedded in the teachings of the Bible. Here, we strive to unravel the profound layers of spiritual understanding that lie beneath the surface of Scripture, exposing core truths that can infuse our lives with peace, dispel fear, and nurture enduring love. If you find yourself on a spiritual pilgrimage, perhaps if you're simply intrigued by the captivating world of biblical wisdom, you've found your destination. Our channel is a beacon for those who seek to navigate the vast ocean of spiritual insight, a lighthouse guiding towards shores of profound understanding. Don't hesitate to join our community of truth seekers by subscribing to the channel. This simple action opens a door to a treasure trove of wisdom. By subscribing, you secure your place at the front line to receive our latest content, brimming with thought-provoking insights and contemplative reflections that may light the path of your spiritual journey. As a cohesive unit, we will traverse the rich, intriguing tapestry of wisdom woven into the fabric of the Bible, lessons that can illuminate our path in life. Now let's delve into the heart of a verse that offers a profound understanding of love and fear. 1 John 4:18, a verse that speaks volumes about perfect love and its power. This biblical passage, positioned within the pages of the New Testament, has captivated audiences worldwide with its poignant message of love's overwhelming strength. Imagine a sentiment so deep, so profound, it forms the foundation for an emotion that resonates within every human heart. A feeling so powerful, it possesses the capacity to eradicate our most entrenched fears. That, dear listeners, is the quintessence of perfect love, as beautifully portrayed in the first epistle of John, chapter 4, verse 18. The verse itself, enveloped in the rich tapestry of biblical writings, boldly asserts, "There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear, because fear involves punishment. But he who fears has not been made perfect in love." This statement is more than mere words. It is a resounding testament to love's transformative power, a love that is perfect, whole, and without boundaries. Now let's delve into the intricacies of this verse. What exactly does it mean to possess perfect love? It's important to clarify that perfect love is not about being flawless, an idealized, unrealistic representation of love often depicted in media. Instead, it signifies a love that is mature, evolved, and nourished by God's divine grace. It's a love that permeates our entire existence, granting us the fortitude to confront any fear, uncertainty, or doubt head on. Let's consider the role of fear in this context. The verse clearly states that fear involves punishment. It is indeed the polar opposite of love. When we are gripped by fear, we are unable to fully experience God's perfect love. Fear creates barriers, preventing us from opening ourselves up to the boundless love that God offers. It hinders us from living our lives with the confidence and reassurance that His love bestows on us. However, the beauty of this verse lies in its promise that perfect love dispels fear. It goes beyond merely minimizing fear or making it bearable. Perfect love, in its complete sense, eradicates fear from our lives, effectively unshackling us from its burdensome chains. It's an incredibly potent testament to love's transformative and emancipating power. In broader terms, this verse from the first epistle of John serves as an extraordinary reminder of God's divine love for us. A love so perfect, so entire, it obliterates all forms of fear, freeing us to lead our lives with courage, unwavering faith, and steadfast assurance. It compels us to reflect on the profound depths of God's love for humanity, a love that's beyond comprehension, yet evident in every facet of our lives. As we further dive into the meaning of this verse, we are led on an introspective journey towards understanding the synergy between love and fear. It's a journey towards recognizing the power of love, a love so perfect and divine, it empowers us to face our fears and move forward with renewed strength and resilience. In conclusion, this verse from the first epistle of John is much more than just a historical piece of scripture. It's a timeless message of love's triumph over fear, a beacon of hope that illuminates our path in times of uncertainty. Now that we've introduced the verse, let's explore its historical context. To fully grasp the verse's message, understanding its historical context is crucial. The verse we will be exploring today comes from the first epistle of John, one of 3 Johannine epistles found in the New Testament. Traditionally, this letter is believed to have been penned by John the Apostle, although some scholars propose that it may have been written by one of his disciples. The first epistle of John is a significant part of the New Testament, and its historical context is fascinating. The epistle was likely composed in Ephesus, a notable city and a major center of early Christianity. Ephesus was a bustling metropolis during the Roman era and played a pivotal role in the spread of Christianity. Located on the west coast of Asia Minor, it was a hub of culture, commerce, and religious diversity, making it an ideal place for the early Christian community to establish a foothold. The first epistle of John was written towards the end of the 1st century, a time of tremendous uncertainty and fear for the early Christian community. The followers of Jesus were a minority group, often persecuted, isolated, and faced with existential threats. It was a period of turmoil and upheaval, with political tension and religious conflict rife throughout the Roman Empire. The early Christians lived in an atmosphere of dread, constantly apprehensive of the next wave of persecution. Amidst these trying times, the message of love and fearlessness emanating from the first epistle of John resonated profoundly. The letter was written with the express purpose of reassuring these early Christians of their salvation through faith in Jesus Christ. It emphasized the transcendent power of love within the Christian community, a message that was not only timely but also timeless. Love, as delivered in the epistle, was not merely an emotion. It was an active faith that manifested itself through loving actions. It was not a passive sentiment, but a powerful force capable of overcoming fear and adversity. This message was a vital source of strength and hope for the beleaguered Christian community. Now let's focus on our verse, 1 John 4:18. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear, because fear involves torment, but he who fears has not been made perfect in love. This verse encapsulated the essence of the epistle's message, serving as a beacon of hope for the early Christians. It reassured them that perfect love, which they understood to be God's love for them, would cast out all their fears. This perfect love was not just a sentiment, it was the very essence of God, a truth reiterated by John when he states in the same epistle, God is love. Fear, as referenced in the verse, is not just a fleeting emotion, it signifies a state of mind, a way of life rooted in uncertainty and insecurity. The torment mentioned in the verse refers to the psychological and emotional distress caused by this pervasive fear. The early Christians were all too familiar with this torment, living in the constant shadow of persecution. But the verse provides a solution, a way out of this state of continual apprehension. Perfect love, the love that emanates from God, can cast out this paralyzing fear. This love is not a temporary respite, it is a transformative power that changes the way we live and perceive the world around us. This verse was a powerful message for the early Christians. It reassured them that despite the trials and tribulations they faced, they could find comfort in God's love. It encouraged them to live fearlessly, secure in the knowledge of God's perfect love. This was the historical backdrop against which 1 John 4:18 was written, a message of hope and reassurance in the face of fear and uncertainty. Though it was penned in a specific historical context, its timeless message continues to resonate today. It speaks to the human condition, transcending the boundaries of time and culture. With this historical perspective in place, we're now equipped to delve into the verse's deeper interpretations and uncover its enduring relevance. So this was the historical backdrop against which 1 John 4:18 was written. It was a message of hope and reassurance in the face of fear and uncertainty. Back then, it spoke to the early Christians in their context, but its timeless message continues to resonate today. With this comprehensive historical perspective, we can now delve into the verse's deeper interpretations. Interpretation opens up new dimensions of understanding. Now, let's engage in a comprehensive exploration of the multitude of interpretations of 1 John 4:18, a verse of profound depth and rich spiritual significance. What does this verse convey when it references the concept of perfect love? And how indeed does this perfect love have the ability to cast out fear? The very phrase perfect love might at first glance appear to be an insurmountable standard to achieve, but when viewed within the context of this particular verse, it signifies a love that is complete, mature, and whole. This perfect love is no flighty, surface-level affection. It's a love that has undergone rigorous trials, has been refined and solidified in the crucible of experience. It's not the fleeting, shallow love you might encounter in contemporary portrayals, but a deep, enduring love that the pressure of time and tribulations. It is a love that is steadfast and unconditional, mirroring the kind of love that God has for us, His children. The verse suggests that such a perfect love has the power to dispel fear. But how does it accomplish this seemingly Herculean task? Well, fear often takes root from uncertainty or perceived threats. We fear what we cannot comprehend, what lies beyond our control. But when we welcome the fullness of God's love into our hearts, we're enveloped by a sense of security, a comforting assurance. This awareness that we're not alone in our struggles, that we're enveloped by a divine love that cares for us and protects us, can serve to dissipate our fears, replacing them with the seeds of hope and trust. This understanding of the verse is not confined to the spiritual realm. It extends into the practical sphere of our everyday lives as well. By embracing and striving towards this perfect love, we are empowered to rise above our fears and anxieties. We learn to cultivate healthier relationships not only with God but also with our fellow humans. It's crucial to remember, though, that the verse doesn't imply that perfect love shields us entirely from fear. It doesn't hold an instant magical cure for all our fears. Instead, the verse is about how love can provide us with the courage to face our fears head-on, to confront them, and ultimately triumph over them. This verse articulates the transformative power of love, a power that can not just our personal lives, but also the world around us. Some theologians interpret this verse as an urgent call to action, an exhortation to lead our lives with love at the helm. Love should not only guide our actions, but also our words, our thoughts, our attitudes. When we operate from a place of love, we're not merely expressing our devotion towards God, but we're also disseminating His love to others. We're transforming into vessels, His love becoming agents of positive change in the world. Others perceive this verse as a source of comfort, a soothing message for those wrestling with fear and anxiety. It's a gentle reminder that God's love is always within reach, always ready to provide strength and solace. It's a promise that regardless of the trials we're facing, we're not facing them alone. From these interpretations, we become aware of the transformative power of perfect love. It's not only about banishing fear, but also about empowering us to lead our lives with courage, compassion, and conviction. It's about realizing that with God's love, we're not just survivors, but conquerors. We're not just getting through life, but thriving in it. It's the understanding that we have been given the tools to make a significant positive difference in our own lives and in the lives of others. And that, my friends, is the life-changing truth behind fearlessness. How does this verse apply to our lives today? Today, we ourselves living in a world that is constantly changing, a world that seems to be filled with uncertainty and can seem overwhelming at times. No matter where we turn, we're faced with new challenges and experiences that can bring about feelings of fear and apprehension. This fear can present itself in multiple forms. It can manifest as an excessive worry about the future, a fear of failure, or even a fear of inadequacy. The list of possible fears is endless as the complexity of our world and our lives only seem to escalate. However, there is a source of comfort and solace in the midst of this chaos. It comes from a verse in the Bible, specifically 1 John 4:18, where we find a powerful antidote to these fears, the concept of perfect love. This concept is not just a mere idea, it's a guiding force that we can use in our everyday lives to combat fear and navigate through life's uncertainties. Now, what does perfect love mean? It's important to clarify that perfect love does not imply perfection in the literal sense of the word. It does not mean love without any flaws or errors. Instead, the idea of perfect love relates to a love that is whole, complete, and above all, selfless. It is a love that is not confined to just the extraordinary or memorable moments in life. On the contrary, this kind of love is meant to be a part of our normal, everyday routine and choices. Imagine showing patience when our patience is being pushed to the limit. offering forgiveness when we've been wronged, or showing kindness to those who need it the most. These are all examples of perfect love in action. We could consider the impact if we consciously chose to embody this love in all our interactions, not just with loved ones, but with everyone we encounter. Think of the grumpy cashier at the grocery store, the impatient driver stuck in traffic, or the colleague who always seems to get under our skin. If we were to approach these interactions with understanding, compassion, and love, instead of annoyance, impatience, or resentment, we could potentially change the dynamic of these relationships. By spreading love in this way, we are not only altering our mindset and attitude, but we are also creating a ripple effect that could reach countless others. This ripple effect is similar to the ripples created when we throw a pebble into a pond. The impact doesn't stop at the point of contact, but spreads outward, transforming the calm surface of the water. In the same way, our acts of love can send out ripples of positivity, kindness, and compassion, altering the world around us, interaction at a time. Now let's return to the topic of fear. How does perfect love cast out fear? The root of most of our fears lies in insecurity and uncertainty. When we feel secure in our relationships, when we feel loved and valued, many of our fears start to fade away. This is the transformative power of perfect love. It provides a sense of security and certainty that can help alleviate fear and anxiety. Consider the notion of God's perfect love for us. It's a love that is unchanging, consistent, and unconditional. God's love has been demonstrated in the most profound way possible through the sacrifice of His Son, Jesus Christ. As we grow in our understanding and acceptance of this perfect love, we find ourselves changing from the inside out. Our fears and anxieties start to lose their hold on us, and we begin to experience a peace that is beyond comprehension. This does not mean that we won't face trials and tribulations. Life is full of these. However, it does mean that we can confront them with a sense of calm and certainty, knowing that we are not alone, that we are loved perfectly by the one who holds all creation in His hands. In conclusion, applying 1 John 4:18 to our lives is not a one-time event. It's a lifelong journey. It's about consciously choosing to live from a place of perfect love each day, guiding our actions and reactions with compassion and kindness, rather than fear and anxiety. It's about allowing God's perfect love to fill and transform us, touching those around us through our actions. So as we navigate the challenges and uncertainties of life, let's remember the power of perfect love. Let's aim to live fearlessly, not because we're immune to fear, but because we're secure in the perfect love that casts out fear. As we can see, this verse holds life-changing truths for us even today. Let's delve into the power of perfect love. The colorful panorama of life is woven together by a common thread: love. Among the various strands of affection, friendship, and passion, there is a particular golden strand that stands out, shimmering with a radiance that outshines all others. This is the thread of perfect love. The concept of perfect love, when genuinely embraced, has the power to change not only individual lives, but also the dynamics of relationships and the world at large. But what exactly is perfect love? How do we define this ethereal yet powerful emotion? Within the lines of the verse, perfect love is presented as the zenith of divine love. It symbolizes a form of love that is complete in every sense, totally unconditional, and one that exists devoid of any iota of fear. This is the love that our Creator, God, has for us. It's the same love that He wishes we cultivate for our fellow beings. Perfect love is not just an emotion that erupts and subsides. It transcends the boundaries of the heart to become a state of being. It's a lifelong commitment, a dedicated choice that we make to select love over fear, to opt for kindness over judgment, to pick compassion over apathy. The potency of perfect love is not just ample, but also transformative. Like a lighthouse guiding lost ships in a pitch-black night, perfect love guides us towards truth, righteousness, and moral strength. It is the warmth that melts the icy layers of fear and the force that shatters the shackles of doubt, setting us free. It is the courage that enables us to face the unknown, the strength that lifts us when we stumble and fall, and the hope that fuels our journey even amidst adversity. Imagine an ideal world where everyone lived by the theory of perfect love. The fear that frequently causes rifts and divisions among us would be substituted by understanding, acceptance, and mutual respect. The fortresses that we erect around ourselves out of insecurity would crumble, revealing a world where compassion, the reigning force, and harmony is the natural state. That's the magic of perfect love. It brings about a change not just within us, but it also alters the fabric of the world around us. In our personal relationships, perfect love has the power to heal the deepest wounds, to bridge the widest gaps. It personifies a type of love that wholeheartedly says, I accept you as you are, complete with all your flaws, imperfections, and quirks. It is the love that gives unselfishly without anticipation of reciprocation, forgives without harboring grudges, and loves without conditions or restrictions. However, the path to embracing perfect love is not always smooth. It demands courage, patience, and the readiness to face our deepest fears. It requires us to break free from the comfortable cocoon of our comfort zones, to confront our insecurities head-on, and to face our inner demons. But the rewards that it brings are well worth the effort. When we make the conscious choice to love perfectly, we find peace, joy, fulfillment. We discover a purpose and a sense of meaning that goes beyond our individual existence. We learn to live not just for ourselves, but for others as well. The journey to cultivating perfect love starts by understanding that it is not about being flawless. It is about striving to love perfectly. It's about making the choice to love in every moment, in every decision, and in every interaction. It's about releasing the grip of fear and embracing love in its purest, most authentic form. Indeed, perfect love can lead us to fearlessness. It has the power to our lives, our relationships, and our world. So let's endeavor to love perfectly, for in doing so, we will find the courage to face any challenge, any obstacle that comes our way. Let's embrace the power of perfect love, for it is the key to a life of fearlessness and fulfillment. As we journey towards the end, let's recap the profound truths we've explored. From the onset, we delved profoundly into the depths of the first epistle of John, verse 4, chapter 18. This is a verse that resonates on a profound level, speaking directly to the heart of Christianity and its core values. This verse, like a luminous beacon, illuminates the transformative power of perfect love, a love that is all-encompassing and divine in its nature. In our comprehensive exploration, we ventured as far as to travel back in time to the historical and cultural context of this verse. We delved into the essence of its origin, shedding light on the period of its conception. We discovered that it was written in a time of intense turmoil and uncertainty, a period when fear was prevalent and society was in turmoil. Yet the message of the verse transcended the immediate circumstances, shining through as a beacon of hope, offering a profound truth that resonates across time, over centuries, and across various cultures and societies. Through this journey, we learned an invaluable lesson that there is no fear in love. This is not about mere affection or sentimentality. It's not about transient emotions or fleeting passions. It's about an all-encompassing divine love that is complete, absolute, and perfect. A love that casts out fear, a love that, when fully embraced, dispels anxiety and offers a sense of security and assurance, a sense of comfort and serenity. From there, we ventured into the intricate realm of interpretation. We recognized how this verse, in its simplicity, holds layers of depth, like an onion, each layer revealing a new facet, a new aspect. It's not merely about the absence of fear, but about the presence of a profound love. A love so deep, so profound that it banishes fear, dispelling it like a shadow in the light. The final part of our journey led us to discuss the practical applications of this verse in our daily lives. We explored how embracing this perfect love, particularly the love of God, can lead us towards a life of fearlessness, a life that empowers us, fortifies us. We talked in depth about how we can live out this verse daily in our interactions with others, our dealings with our fellow beings, and in our relationship with God. Yet we must always remember this isn't a one-time thing. It's a journey, a process of growing in love, of becoming perfect in love, of immersing ourselves in love. It's about letting that love permeate our being, letting it cast out all fear, letting it transform us from within, changing us fundamentally, making us new. So as we carry this truth with us, let's allow it to shape our lives, to mold us, influence our decisions and actions. Let's let it guide us in our journey of faith, in our walk with God. As we do, we'll find that we're not just reading a verse, we're living it, we're experiencing it, we're embodying it. Remember, perfect love casts out fear, leading us towards a life of fearlessness. This is profound truth we've unveiled, a truth that challenges us, a truth that empowers us, a truth that promises a life free from fear. Before we part ways on this enlightening journey, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks for joining us today. Your presence has added value to our collective pursuit of knowledge. Today we've embarked on a spiritual adventure exploring the depths of the profound wisdom encapsulated in 1 John 4:18. The essence of this scripture lies in the transformative power of perfect love. It's been an absolute privilege to share this journey with you, to delve into the intricately woven layers of biblical wisdom. This verse isn't just a combination of words, it's a beacon of hope, a compass guiding us towards an existence brimming with courage, peace, and an unshakable faith. In reading and understanding 1 John 4:18, we seek not to gather information but to ignite a spark of comprehension and introspection within our souls. A spark that transforms into a flame, lighting up the darkest corners of our doubts and illuminating our path forward. As we've delved into this scripture, we've sought to unpack its layers, to reveal its profound truths and implications for our lives. This journey of exploration, however, doesn't end here. It continues long after we switch off our screens. It's a journey that's meant to permeate into your daily life, infusing every moment with the significance of this newfound wisdom. As you go about your day, I invite you to ponder on this truth. Let it seep into your consciousness, let it permeate your thoughts, your actions, your very way of being. Let it be more than a verse you read or heard. Let it shape the way you perceive the world around you, the way you interact with others, and the way you view yourself. We hope that this exploration has been as valuable to you as it has been for us. If it has, we urge you to consider subscribing to our channel. Here we are a community of seekers, individuals bound by a shared curiosity, perpetually striving to uncover and understand the timeless wisdom of the Bible. Your support plays an invaluable role in this endeavor. It helps us keep the flame of knowledge burning bright, it empowers us to continue our pursuit of wisdom, and it fuels our shared journey towards spiritual enlightenment. So we invite you to join us, to become a part of this community, and to continue exploring the depths of biblical wisdom with us. Until next time, may you find the perfect love that casts out all fear.